big. There is tons of incredible places of pilgrimage. There is tremendous amount of spiritual energy in those sacred places. But as I travel around India, I want to take you on another side of India. I My heart aches a little bit with with the pollution and sometimes it seems negligence of the very source of our existence. I want to speak about going to Vrindavan, Rishikesh. I feel the spiritual energies of all these places. And going into Delhi, halfway through, they decided that we can no longer drive into Delhi because Delhi has severe smog warning that people's lungs are going to be infected. So I was just really, really contemplating and meditating on this. What is happening in this world? And my heart hurts because I feel that Mother Earth's visible exploitation by humanity is something that actually hurts my heart. And so I wanted to share my thoughts and my reflections and meditations on this topic. So when we say Mother Earth, what does that mean? This this Saint Chanakya Pandit, he explains that we have seven mothers. Atma Mata Guru Patni Brahmani Raja Patnika. That means your biological mother, the wife of your teacher, the wife of the Brahmanas, the wife of the king, the cow, and Mother Earth. And so what does it really mean? We say mother. The term mother to me is, I simplify it by saying a mother is one who protects and provides everything necessary for their children. This is, I want to keep it real simple. What's my simple definition of a mother? A mother is someone who provides, protects, every and provides and protects and provides everything that is necessary for the children. So that is what a mother is. So now when we look at Mother Earth, I really, really feel that she is that ideal mother. She has provided everything for us. Everything. She provides us all the food that we could possibly eat to be the healthiest person possible. Imagine all kinds of fruits and varieties of vegetables. Imagine all the minerals that we need in the world. She's providing that as well. Imagine all the houses that we live in, apart from the trees, but all the houses and everything that we live in is built, provided for by Mother Earth. All the paraphernalia that we use for schooling, writing, and drawing, and all the artistry work that we do, she provides that as well. So she provides everything that we could possibly want. She provides bodies of water all over the world. She provides the oxygen to move around so we can all live and breathe fresh oxygen. So what is something that she has not given us? She has given us everything. And how are we as children of our mother? How do we respond and relate to everything that she has given? So, this is my meditation I want to share with you. A mother creates a beautiful, safe, sacred space. And that safe, sacred space is this planet Earth. Just like Radha Priti was carrying a beautiful little soul in her body, in her womb. Radha Priti was providing everything for that baby. The emotions, the food, everything was provided by her body to this child. So this earthly planet is the womb. The planet Earth is the womb where our Divine Mother, she's holding it for us. It is a safe, sacred space. Everything is provided for. Everything. But what are we doing in this womb? We are making a place that is not habitable. We're making it so toxic and poisonous with this incredible amounts of industrialization, so much pollution. When you walk around Delhi, you can barely see 100 meters because the fog, the pollution is so dense. We are polluting this womb that we live inside of. And it is so toxic. Not only are we killing ourselves in this womb, but we are also destroying our brothers and sisters. So this is what I've been sharing. This is what is on my mind. How sad is it that we are not living this life of respect and dignity that our mother deserves? She's given us this sacred space, a space where everything is provided for. Yet we have such little regard for her. And then I was thinking of, we were in Vrindavan. Vrindavan has many, many sacred rivers, and one of the rivers is River Yamuna. And this River Yamuna, I remember years ago when I used to come, you could not bathe or touch that water because it was so toxic. Industrial pollution being poured into this river, this sacred river. And over the years, they've been trying to clean up more and more and more. The world is primarily filled with water. Yet, our biggest struggle in this world is that we cannot swim in these bodies of water because we will get diseases. We cannot drink that water because it's so full of toxic poisoning that it could destroy us. So all of these things that I have been observing, I went to Juhu in Bombay when we were on our way to GEV, and I walked to the beach and I was just heartbroken. What are we doing? Our mom has given us so much. And yet, the very resource that we are given is what we are polluting. So this is, some observations that I have. And if you go around India, these holy places, there is so much trash everywhere. And so what is the solution? And how do we address this in my own heart? How do I see myself contributing to a better and a more healthier relationship with my mother. One first principle is to realize that we have a moral duty to our mother and to the feminine energy in general, and that is to honor and offer dignity. This is what least we can do to our mothers. We need to honor our mothers and offer them dignity. And so, ways that we can honor our mother is we have to learn to live in harmony, in connection with the self and the Supreme Self. That means we are somewhat little detached from ourselves. Because we are detached from ourselves, it's hard to connect to this Divine Mother. We have moved far away. The further away we move from ourselves, the more space that we create in between us, ourselves, the further we're going away from this deep, meaningful relationship that is a key component of having a child and a motherly relationship. So this principle of having that relationship is what we call yoga. And this we have to try to see how we have to be the subject of study by looking at ourselves objectively. How we really need to spend time into ourselves through our sadhana, then have an objective view of ourselves. And then that will enable us to have a relationship by re-engaging and not disengaging with ourselves. We, human species, I feel sometimes we are quite afraid. We say we are afraid of this one, that one, and this thing, that thing, but we are really afraid of ourselves. And it's a subconscious thing, and as a result, we're not able to see ourselves. We don't want to see our true natures because it's very frightening. And our true nature is divine, loving, compassionate. That is what our true nature is. And that somehow is really frightening to the soul, to the mind, to our superficial persona that we have created over the years. So this yoga means to re-engage with ourselves. And disengage is what the world is causing us to do. It is causing us to engage with everything else in this world other than ourselves. The world of technology is such, it sounds like you might, okay, sorry, it's saying that I'm speaking Russian. I got a notification. Because we are not engaging with ourselves and we have become so disengaged with ourselves and more engaged with the outside world, this objectivity is gone. And so therefore, the sages are saying we have to do a subjective study by looking at us objectively. So this concept of intersubjectivity, where two people are accepting of each other for who they are, and also acknowledging what is the essence of each one of our struggles. If we look at our relationship with our mother, how accepting are we of her? And in order to accept her, we have to realize who she is. What is she offering to us? To really, really understand what it means that we are living in her womb. Please understand. What does that really mean? What does she offer to us? And how are we reciprocating with that offering? So, this is the important principle of really accepting her, Mother Earth, because she has accepted us. She has allowed us to be in her womb and to live this life of spiritual pursuit, spiritual experience, spiritual enlightenment. So this is uh, my thoughts on India in general, everything that I have been seeing on how we treat Mother Earth everywhere. Everywhere. We're just a little bit nonchalant about the relationship. And we are so far and distance ourselves from our relationship that it is becoming extremely dangerous. So I thought of some things that I personally would like to do in my life, and I also recommend that you can also try this. One is to focus on the eternal principles, things that are eternal. Because if we focus on things that are eternal, which is our Satchit, our eternal existence, our eternal relationship with God, our eternal emotions of love that we carry in our heart, then we will have, if we focus on the eternal things, then we will develop an internal motivation, because this external motivation will not sustain. It requires something very deep. And what is the deepest depth of our existence? That is our eternal existence, full of love and full of joy. That is who we are. That is what the core essence of our existence. So this is the first lesson that I take from my observations, to focus on the eternal aspects of life so that our motivation can be deep internal, not something of the mind or the senses or the intellect. And the second, as we went to these different sacred places, is prayers. I know that some of you know the power of prayers. It is explained in the yoga text that simply by acknowledging all the beautiful gifts that we have in our lives, you will completely change the frequency, the vibration of your existence simply by acknowledging. And that is what prayer is. In this Mahabharata, there is a very beautiful story. This is the story of Uttara. Uttara is the queen of Hastinapura, uh, and was married to Abhimanyu. So in that great epic battle, this warrior named Ashwatthama threw a nuclear weapon into the womb of Mother Uttara, Queen Uttara, and there was a baby in that womb. You know, those days nuclear weapons were so precise, you can actually hit target exactly, very pinpointed target, and the target was that child because he was going to be the heir to the throne. So the mother, what does the mother do? Mother prays deeply from her heart. She sincerely is on her knees and she's praying to Krishna, please protect my child. This is what Mother Earth is doing for us. She's praying for us because this is what the quality of a mother is. Mother always unconditionally loves and prays for their children. So she is setting an example of how to pray. And because she prayed sincerely from her heart, this child was protected in the womb. And this child had the divine audience while in the womb. So he remembered when he came out that I was saved by God. And so therefore, when he came out into this world, he always maintained that the meaning of life, the very source of life, the very essence of life is simply to come into this world and serve, because this is what God sends us into this world for. So then we got the Srimad Bhagavatam, that is Parikshit Maharaj, that great king Parikshit. He meets with his guru on the bank of the Ganga, and we get the beautiful questions and answers in the Srimad Bhagavat Puran in one of those ancient yoga texts. And he's that king that was saved in the womb. So the second principle that I have been meditating upon is wherever we go, we have to pray, because that is the most powerful vibration that we can bring into this world. We can pray individually, we can pray collectively. In every situation, we have to pray for Mother Earth. We have to pray for a deeper relationship with her. I know that Margot, I don't know if she's online, but she just became a grandmother and she was messaging about her excitement. And she asked me, what do I do? What do I do? And I said, please pray. Pray, pray, pray. And when the baby comes out, pray, pray, pray. Chant mantras and pray, pray, pray. Radha asked me the same question. I said, pray, 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 Radha. Just keep praying, keep chanting and keep praying. And now she has a very beautiful expansion. So third point that I noted in life is to consciously cultivate this consciousness of harmony with ourselves and with others. Because if there is an internal disharmony, if there is an internal turmoil, that will reflect on our environment outside. What we see in the world today is not just pollution outside, it's not trash outside, it's not polluting the water outside, it's actually polluting, it's an internal pollutant. Our minds and our senses, our intelligence have all been polluted. And what we see outside is simply a reflection of that. And so, therefore, we have to cultivate this consciousness of harmony. How to harmonize with this planet. How to live in this deep relationship of gratitude with our source, with our mom, that she has given us her womb to live our lives. Okay, and the fourth one, and the final one, is that Mother Earth has provided everything, but we also have a Father, and that Father is God, is divine, is the supreme creator. And so to not only have a relationship with her, but she is providing everything in this world for us to also develop a relationship with our Father. So that means acknowledge God's existence, and to appreciate and to offer whatever we have in this world in service to God and in service to others. So, this is how we cultivate this transcendental oneness in service to God. It's not just oneness, it's transcendental oneness. We transcend our material existence by elevating our consciousness to such a level that it becomes a beautiful space of pure, transcendental, unconditional love. So this is what was on my mind, as I see a lot of fancy cars, a lot of pollution everywhere, trash everywhere, the water, and it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing how much factories are being created just so that we can have drinking water, because we have polluted all the water bodies in the world. So this is my reflections and meditations for this week. Does anybody have any questions, or would like to add anything or subtract anything or share any reflection?
Yeah, Veda.
Yes, Ingrid, please.
Thank you for bringing up this topic, because it's something which is on my heart already for a few years. Now I can understand what you are teaching us, but something rebellious is coming up in me, like this is not enough. It's so far, and the damage to our mother is is already beyond all the limits of return to normal, that some practical steps need to be taken as well, I guess. So I just want your opinion on that, because if we don't do something really day to day to what we can do on a small scale, because even in our household, for example, and showing our children, our grandchildren, the right way to an example of how to live differently, then I, with all my respect, I don't know how only prayer and another consciousness will turn around a little bit the thing. Now, for me, just to give an example, it's been already 6 years that I canceled my toilet inside my house, and I just took 3 pallets, two vertical, one horizontal. I saw a hole in it, and I put the thing, the lid for sitting on the toilet, and I just put a bucket with wood chips under it, and when I did my thing, I just throw it in a garden. I'm lucky I have a garden, but if everybody who has a house would do the same and not use any tap water to put into the toilet, it could also. It's just one example, but it needs courage, it needs change, it needs I don't know, just a change in our comfort that we inherited from our parents, grandparents, etc. And I had Airbnb for 4 years, and I just put it in my profile. I said, okay, there is a dry toilet, no discussion. You either you come, you accept, you do it there, and and there is no other option, even that I have another toilet, because I don't want to cancel it if I want to sell the house one day, it would not be sellable without a toilet. So, but I just canceled it. Just put a table on it, and that's it. The men, they urinate in the garden, for example. And so, because it's for permaculture, urine is used and is not toxic for anything which is in the garden. But just to make, in Africa, in India, the same. In children are taking water out of the street on the floor to drink because they don't have drinkable water. And in our Western society, we just put that water in the toilets. So that's the explanation I gave to all my guests. And it's only one example. I could do maybe more, and I try to do every day. But I think I don't know, if we just look around and we could like try to be a messenger of only one thing that we are capable of doing ourselves, and say, okay, just look, it's only 3 pallets. Everybody can do it. Put a bucket or just do it in the garden. In the garden, when it's nice weather, I have a chair, an old chair. I put a hole in it, and I sit on the chair, and there is a bucket with wood chips under it, and I just sit in my garden in a nice
I
corner.
think I
And
think what the
so
point that you're making, Ingrid, is I appreciate the details, but the point that you're making is that you're living a conscious life, that you care.
I try. I'm not conscious maybe
That's
on everything, but
that's
we
okay.
should do something
So
practical as
that's
well, don't you
that's why
think?
we're discussing. That's exactly why we're discussing how important it is for each and every one of us to become conscious and aware of this. And then each and every one of us can take steps in whatever way we can to deepen that relationship. But it is definitely a reflection of our consciousness, as you are showing how you're very conscious and you're taking all the necessary steps that you can. And this is my sharing with everybody, that it'll be nice to get people to become more aware and conscious of this thing. So thank you so much. We have Angela. You have an announcement. Or Bhavamai.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Just want to say thank you so much, Veda, for speaking your heart and your mind and bringing this topic up. Thank you, Ingrid, for bringing more awareness with that. I just wanted to say my trip to India, that was something that weighed very, very heavy on my heart as well, was the pollution. And I just thought to myself that this is something that I could actually do. Like this is an opportunity for me to say, okay, this is a service that I can actually bring to India. This is something that I can add to. So maybe in the future, um, we can get together and actually do something to put together some type of infrastructure to help with cleaning up Vrindavan, Delhi, the other parts of India that needs that, to rid the pollution, all the trash, and just find a way to eliminate it so that it could be a better place for everyone, not just now but also in the future.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, Bhavamai. Okay. Anyone else would like to add anything?
I'd like to add something, Vedaji.
Yes.
Yes, I was just thinking of, visiting the Govardhan Eco Village. And that was the
Yes.
first place I visited when I went to India. And
Yes.
it's such an amazing proof that, that something can be done in such a beautiful way. What Radhanath Swami has done there is pretty amazing. And it started just with one little seed of being conscious, as you said, just having this consciousness first of ourselves, and then it starts expanding. And then what he's done is beautiful. And you see the contrast when you leave the village and you see, what you're just expressing, which is very It's very hard to watch. But if we really think about it, I go to the dump in Cap County a lot because I rent a property and I do like some sort of contracting work, and and you see like mountains of trash. Okay, so it is almost like the same amount of trash, but it's concentrated in one place. So we're producing so much trash, and we might not see it in our streets in the United States, but it is somewhere, right? And so I feel that even though if we don't see it, it is there. And yeah, just start, just by practicing, just being aware of ourselves, as you said, it's so powerful, and I feel it starts transforming the way we see everything. So it is definitely a good start.
Thank you, Angela.
Yes.
Okay. Nita, you have any announcements? Anyone else would like to share anything? There will be some, we will make some, it's on my heart. So every time we come to India, we're going to have some plans. We're feeding everybody. Now we're going to add something more to the trips. We'll do something more.
Yeah.
Nita, you have any announcements?
Yeah, like we have a beautiful retreat coming up in Colombia.
Yes.
It is on, I forgot the dates. Oh, 31st January to February 4th. And also before that in Atlanta, we have a nice breathwork session at Karina's studio here in Smyrna, I think, if I remember. So yeah, we have those two events and many more planned for the whole year, including India trip. We'll update soon on the link tree, which I'll post on the chat. So please join us. And oh, how did I forget? There is the Connecticut retreat as well in February 13th, 14th, and 15th. 14th, 15th, and 16th. Yeah. And there's a question Devi Radhika asked in the chat.
I just had a quick one. I think, raising this is a great topic overall, just reconnecting harmony, motherhood, all of it. Going back to the idea of prayers and changing vibrations, I just was curious if there was anything other than the Maha mantra or Mrityunjaya that you might recommend.
The Maha Mantra is great. The Mrityunjaya mantra is also great. But what I really feel, Devi, is that prayer is a state of consciousness.
Mm.
So we have to continuously try to see what are the blessings that we have in our lives every single day, every single moment. And those blessings, if we can start counting them every day and be very, very specific, the more detailed and specific you are in your prayers, and you will notice your vibration will become even more precise and specific. For example, if you start acknowledging the air that you breathe in every day and how it's giving you life and how it's sustaining life and now is rejuvenating life, just by acknowledgement of that, recognizing that, your breathing will get better. It's so simple, but it is so potent because it is this constant acknowledgement and remembrance of all the benedictions, the gifts that we are given in our lives. Then our breathing automatically changes. When you're sick with something, you start to think of all the things that you have good, and your sickness will disappear. I will share this personal anecdote with you. I was in this Ayurvedic clinic for some time, quite some time, and they were doing some tests on my, on the tumors in my brain. And And they asked me, so what treatment are you taking? I said, well, I take some herbs, but what medicine are you taking? And this is an Ayurvedic doctor asking me this question. I said, I just starve it. That's all I do. I don't think about it. I don't talk about it. And I just realize that I have these beautiful gifts, and I continuously think about those beautiful gifts, and every day I can breathe. And so this positive state of consciousness, which is a consciousness of prayer, actually reduces the sicknesses in the body and in the mind. And even physical sicknesses can also feel the effects of this thinking that we do, the vibrations that we create constantly in our lives. So yes, my tumors are shrinking. And there's not a lot of medication. Is really making sure that we are not feeding into something that is not needed. What we need to feed ourselves is all the good stuff that is going on in our lives, all the beautiful friendships, the relationships, the opportunities, the space that we have, the family that we have, the support that we have. So that is what I would say. Let us cultivate this continuous mood of prayer and continuously counting the blessings that we have, from waking up in the morning to counting the blessings, going to bed at night before you close your eyes, count your blessings. If you can't sleep, count your blessings and you'll be able to fall asleep. So I
Thank
don't know,
you,
does that
Prabhu.
question?
Yes, thank you very much so.
Okay, Jules, your last question, I think.
Yeah, I don't think I have a question, but
Who's that?
uh, perhaps I was just thinking about what you said and what touched me. You said that the pollution outside is reflection of your inner pollution, and that's quite interesting, I think, because that means that you can affect the outside by clearing the pollution inside. Eh? That's that's how I understood it. And since some time, I start every morning with the so-called violet flame. I don't know whether you've heard of it, but that's the violet flame of Saint Germain, and then you clear everything what does not serve you. And I think when you combine your own clearing with practical things, I don't think I'm going to do anything with my toilet, but other things that I can do. That can be a good combination. And even also what you told about what was it? The things you're grateful of. That when you clean yourself, then the outside will also be cleansed. And that's I think that's interesting because everything then has to do with your own mindset. With so that touched me when you told me when you told that in your story about Mother Nature. So that's what I wanted to give you back. Yeah.
Thank you, Jules. Thank you so much. Okay. Angela, any other updates from you?
Yes, absolutely. Wanted to give you a sneak peek. I am in Colombia. Look at this beautiful place. This is my town. This is Cali. And we are going to be back here, well, not in Cali, but in Medellin in January, in a beautiful place, beautiful place that where actually a lot of efforts have been placed to keep it clean and healthy. So it's we can actually discuss that when we are here, but I am inviting everybody, again, reminding everybody that we are going to do a beautiful retreat here in Medellin, in Guatape, Colombia, with Vedic and Brindavan Chandra, and it's going to be extremely transformative. I know it, and I am reminding everybody to come and join us.
Thank you so much. Yes, I'm super excited. I can't wait to check out the energy vortex of Medellin. I've been reading up on it.
Yeah, it is powerful. Oh, and the mantra launch party is being set. It's going to be beautiful place where we're going to have a huge kirtan party with a lot of musicians, very talented musicians, and a big crowd. So it's going to be super powerful, super transformative, super healing. So we can start with ourselves, and as you said, Vedic, to start expanding and transforming the world by transforming ourselves. So
Thank you so
that
much.
is the plan. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, beautiful souls. So nice to be with all of you today. And those of you who are in Europe, good night to you. Those of you who are in the United States, have a wonderful day. Those of you who are in India, it's also night here. So thank you so much. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.